We have a beer today to look at that is from Tatamagouche, Nova Scotia, and it is the only beers in Canada made with pure Tatama goodness. Today's beer is Butcher Block Red Ale from Tatamagouche. Right here it is. It's apparently a strong beer at 6% alcohol by volume, but it's a nice red ale. I like red ales. I do. Contains water, malt, hops, and yeast. We have this one and one more to do, and then we got to go watch an episode of 90 Day Fiance with my wife.
What are you doing?
I'm finishing my beer reviews, and I'm watching a 90 Day Fiance with you.
You're watching Jasmine make Gino look like a fool in front of his family.
Oh, well, that happens every time Jasmine and Gino are together.
I don't know, she's doing really good this
I'm sorry, guys. I know I need to hand in my man card because I know too much about 90 Day Fiance. My wife loves the show. I get pissed off with the show mostly because they give way too many seasons to the most toxic people ever to make more and more. And I know why they do it. It's entirely for views, for ratings, for all that. But it's just like, really? Really? They just want to beat people. Like, leave the person already. I mean, I'm one to talk. I stayed married to a toxic person for 14 years. Like,
and she left you.
One woman's trash is another woman's treasure.
Mm-hmm. Got that right.
She treasures me, guys. She really does. Right, honey?
Listen, there's somebody out there married to my ex and he's the best thing since sliced bread. Hallelujah.
I don't think she's thinking that.
Love you.
Love you too. I'll be up in about 10 minutes. Maybe 15. But soon. All right. Off-white head. Very, very frothy. There is a snap, crackle, pop. It is a see-through beer. It is clear. That is an amber hue. I do really like the look of this beer. I mean, it's making me believe I might really enjoy it. I say that in that there is a lot of red ales that are not great. There is a lot of red ales that leave a lot to be, oh, I'm hoping that's wrong. Okay, so this is where Butcher Block Red pays tribute to the longtime butcher shop on Main Street in Tatamagouche. This crisp red ale owes its bold flavor to El Dorado's fruity whole hops and the rich bitterness of roasted barley. A beer made for beer drinkers. It pairs well with a hard day's work. The why I said oh no is it's ranked as an American amber / red. I like Irish reds. Irish reds are where it's at for me. Irish reds are what get me excited. Irish reds are what I hope to find when I find a red ale. So, to the people of Tatamagouche, I love you guys, I really do. But I have hopes that I'm going to like this beer, but I have a sinking suspicion that I will not. I'm not usually a fan of American red ales. But we're going to go into it hoping, right? We're going to go into it hoping. Let's give her a snifferoonie. It smells like something I'm going to love. It has a lot of caramel. Caramel breadiness, and when I say breadiness, I mean like that biscuity crustiness. And a roastiness. It smells like the type of reds I love. It really does. The only thing it's missing is like cherry nibs out of the glass. roasted barley, a little bit of coffee, a nice caramel note. I'm scared because it tells me there's El Dorado in it, and it tells me that it's an American red ale, but it smells so much like an Irish red. I'm getting my hopes up. And I'm worried they're about to be dashed on the butcher block. Cheers. Okay. It is an American red ale. But it's probably the best American red ale I've ever fucking had. What the fuck is this, Tatamagouche? What the fuck is this? I know nobody from Tatamagouche is ever going to see this, but what the fuck is this? Okay, so you take your sip. Roasted malts, black coffee, caramel, a bready biscuitiness that follows from right at the center of the tongue to the very back. And then this itty bitty little bit of fruity sweetness back at the back end, which is actually balancing the roasty toasty bitterness from the front. I may actually be in heaven. Like, I may actually be in heaven. I don't know. I don't know enough to know that I don't know. Take that for what it was worth. I don't know what to say. Like, this is really good. Medium mouthfeel. Velvety. Low carbonation. That bready biscuitiness stays with that fruitiness. I've actually had good fruit bread from one of the bakeries in Niagara. And this reminds me of that fruit bread because that bready biscuitiness stays all the way through with that fruitiness and just is mellow and well-rounded. Now that I've taken more sips, there is a little bit of bitterness peaking at the very back of the throat, but it's not a hop bitterness. The El Dorado is not really doing the hopping on this. It's a roasty bitterness and like a burnt caramel bitterness. And I'm really in love with this. Like, if it didn't cost so much to ship this here, I would have this in my fridge all the time. For those of you that have never had Tatamagouche beers and you live in Canada, you can order Tatamagouche beers online off their website. They do sell some bottles and some cans. Their only stipulation is you have to order your cans in quantities of 12 and you have to order your bottles in quantities of 6. So if you want to try their stuff, you could probably order 24 cans, get like 18 different cans, plus get a few doubles just to make it to the 24. Usually they have enough bottles that you could almost get to 6 without doubling up. The shipping is almost as much as the beer. It is to ship 12 of them to Saskatchewan was something like $89. To buy a 12 pack of Saskatchewan craft beer can be close to that same price after taxes and everything. You're looking at like 60 something. So yeah, I paid a little more to get these here, but they were things that I can't get here. So I'm willing to pay a little bit more for that. If you're in Ontario, it is cheaper. When I used to order it into Ontario, it was cheaper than ordering it all the way out here. Because they ship via Canada Post, so it is dependent on your distance. But it is a good thing to look at, and they do great things, and this is a great beer. Oh, excuse me. Fuck, that's good. You know what? It is the best American red ale I've ever had. It is a very good red ale. I'm giving it a 9.75 out of 10. I'm in love with this beer, and I'm serious. If it wouldn't cost as much to get this here, I would order a shit ton of it. I would. This is an amazing brew that I did not expect to be as amazing as it is. Cheers, YouTube. Cheers, Tatamagouche. Cheers, Tatamagouche, Nova Scotia. I don't know if you guys realize how good a brewer you guys have living in that town. I don't know if you do. There is some amazing brewers out there. This guy or gal is one of them. Slanche. Bye-bye.